At this juncture, there are sort of three possible scenarios. The first one is Ansar al-Sharia in Benghazi, which is a newer Salafi jihadi group that has sprung up after the uprisings. The second one is the imprisoned Sheikh Umar Abdul Rahman brigades, which have been involved in a series of attacks in May and June against the U.S. consulate as well as British interests and the International Red Cross. And most recently, there have been some reports tonight that it's possible that al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb might have been involved in it.
Now, we understand that U.S. drones will go after these jihadis. How likely is it that they'll be tracked down?
Well, the drones have been hovering over Libya now since the beginning of the conflict when the U.S. Helped out with the no-fly zone. So they've been tracking these individuals most likely over the past few months anyways. So it's likely that they'll be able to at least find out where these individuals are hidden. And it's believed that the U.S. will then provide this intelligence to the Libyan authorities so that they can take care of it themselves.
Now, of course, there's been much debate as to whether this controversial movie that insulted Muhammad, whether that was the trigger or whether this was simply opportunism, waiting for the chance to attack. What's your feeling?
I think that it was actually a premeditated attack. From early reports in Benghazi, there were indeed protests originally of about 15 to 20 people in front of the consulate, but they were peaceful. And then after some time, you had some individuals showing up with RPGs and other weapons and starting an assault. And it's likely that they wouldn't have just spontaneously done this. And it also coincided with the anniversary of 9/11. So it's potentially a way for whoever perpetrated it to sort of tell the United States, we don't want you in our backyard, please leave us alone, essentially.
And that's despite the role that the U.S. played in freeing the country of a dictator.
Yeah, I mean, the average Libyan is very much appreciative. As we have seen today in Benghazi, there was a demonstration that protested against the violence and also rallied support for the consulate there and the support that they've gotten from them. But the individuals that are jihadis, they despise the United States, and they're very much wary about the U.S. and NATO's role in providing the no-fly zone and assistance during the conflict last year.
So, Aaron, knowing what you do about the groups there and about the nation of Libya, do you think it's possible for the U.S. to contain this situation? Or do you think it's time, perhaps, given that Libya really can't guarantee the safety of the embassy there or the consulate there, is it time for the U.S. to leave?
I don't think it's time for the U.S. to leave. I think the response from the Libyan authorities and their new prime minister shows that they want to help out the United States and, have close relations. And also, based on what we've seen in Libya so far, these elements are not broad-based. They're very much in the fringe. And as a result, the Libyans are great partners that the United States can have. And the United States will most likely assist with some of the security going forward, but that doesn't mean we should just give up on working with the Libyans.